Welcome to Strip Cover Lit, where we squeeze the bigger picture out of literature. I'm Adrian Fort.
And I'm Dalton Gentry. And we're here for Adrian Reads Harry Potter, your favorite segment of the week.
Yeah.
Everything you look forward to. Yeah? Yeah. Okay, we're just going to move on then. This is Adrian Reads Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows, chapters 29 and 30. We have learned about the Lost Diadem and the sacking of Severus Snape, which was a very climactic chapter that I'm sure you're going to have a lot to say about. But anyway,
Was it a sacking? He ran away.
we're going to talk a little bit about that.
Okay.
So chapter 29, The Lost Diadem. Neville tells his war stories and has become a bit of a badass, and the kids are led into the Room of Requirement. Neville's basically the leader of the rebellion now, and that's a problem. They agree that they are searching for Ravenclaw's diadem, so Luna takes Harry to a statue of Rowena Ravenclaw, where they're caught by Alecto Caro, who summons the Dark Mark. Voldemort knows they're in the castle. Moving on to Chapter 30, the sacking of Severus Snape. McGonagall shows her strength and preps the castle in defense mode. Snape is finally confronted and flees the castle, flies out the window. And we're getting ready for an all-out fight. There is still no word on the Lost Diadem, but Ron and Hermione have kind of snuck off to a bathroom awfully suspiciously. And we're left with Voldemort is here, and we are preparing for war. He's at the gates.
They're speaking to Moaning Myrtle, aren't they?
You think so?
In the boys' room.
Okay.
Isn't that where, is she in the boys' room or the women's room?
She is in the boys' room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What a weirdo.
A little bit of a weirdo.
What a creeper.
But I guess, if you are looking for something that's been lost for a long time, maybe the ghosts. Ghosts
Yep.
will help you out.
Well, hasn't Headless Nick been there a lot longer?
I would assume so, but we're going to go
Nearly
to the
Headless Nick.
Nearly
I apologize.
Headless Nick,
There was some discrimination based on his nearless
Yeah?
earlier in the series, remember?
That was years ago that we were talking about headless discrimination.
Do you know how sharp I am, Dalton?
Sharper than I am right now. I literally woke up 10 minutes ago. So, Adrian,
He woke up 10 minutes ago and it's an hour drive here.
it's impressive. Adrian,
Yeah.
how do you feel about this one?
I don't.
You don't?
No, I don't.
You just
No.
numb to everything at this point?
I am numb to you and your senseless Harry Potterdom.
Okay.
I am numb to the fact that the buildup of 7 books and the action of this entire book seems to be all thrown away
Okay.
because we spent all this book searching for Horcruxes, and you know what? Voldemort's just going to come after you anyway.
Okay. I'm inclined to agree a little bit.
Didn't remember what book was it where they were using the Room of Requirement?
Order of the Phoenix, probably.
Was there or was there not some consternation over the fact that the Slytherin could get in there?
The Room of Requirement makes itself available to those who need it.
Yeah.
So it's assumed
I thought that at one point either Draco found his way in there and they were all hiding or something along those lines.
Okay.
And you mean to tell me that all of the Death Eaters in the world couldn't figure it out? And if they couldn't, why didn't Harry Potter, Hermione, and Ronald stay in the school?
Okay. It seems like everybody else is basically camping out in this room at this
Yeah.
point, so they've been just as safe there as anywhere else.
Yeah.
Okay, fair
Neville's
point.
got a beard.
Neville has a
I mean, they've
beard.
been there for a while.
Just comes out with a haggard beard, a war-torn veteran.
A Hagrid beard.
A Hagrid beard. We haven't heard a lot from Hagrid this book.
You look a lot more like Hagrid
Every
in my
day.
head.
Every day.
What does Hagrid look like in the movies?
In the movies, he has long black hair, huge long beard. He's probably 7, 8, 9 feet tall, and very heavy set.
We're going to work on your weight.
Rubius Hagrid. Rubius Gentry.
Rubius Gentry?
Yes, we're going to go to a Harry Potter convention. That's actually going to be a surprise I'm not telling you about. We're going to dress in character.
How in the high hell do you think you're going to surprise me out in the real world, Dalton?
We're going to do this. I'm going to dress as Hagrid. You
No,
are going to
I
dress as whoever you want. I don't care.
I'm sort of dressed as Harry Potter anyway.
That's fair.
Let's be honest.
That's fair. So we do get to see something in this chapter here that's a little unusual, and that is Harry Potter using one of the unforgivable curses, the Cruciatus Curse.
Is it that unusual?
It gets...
What part about it is unusual? The fact that Harry uses it or the fact that a good guy uses it?
We're going to go both on that, because this is the first time that a good guy is using one of these unforgivable curses that we're really seeing full on. Yes.
Okay.
It's pretty rare that these curses are used by anyone who is not a Death Eater. And this is our good guy, the good guy, if you will, Harry Potter, using it very easily. Just whip the wand out and boom, Cruciatus.
Yeah, we just gotta whip it out.
Just got to whip it out. Have
Make
a little
somebody
power
hurt.
behind it. Anyway, this is the first time we get to see this, so we are assuming at this point we are looking at a very different Harry Potter. This is a man who means business. This is a man who's here for war.
Therein lies the problem. We are assuming we're looking at a very different Harry Potter.
We have no proof that we are looking at a different Harry Potter.
No, it's not that we have no proof. It's that we have not seen the development of a very different Harry Potter. In fact, one of the notes that I have for this week is that Neville has some development, doesn't he? Neville is coming around. It's the most character development we have in the series, and it all happens off camera.
Okay. Okay.
It all happens off camera.
I would like to talk a little bit about Neville as well. Now, there was a bit of a passage mentioned that they couldn't get to Neville. Like, they couldn't break Neville's spirit, so they went after his grandmother. Again, we've put a lot of Harry Potter reference to World War II Nazi Germany, where now we're attacking the families to get to the people.
Right.
So again, we have that mirroring, and especially since we're going after the matriarch of the family. Fortunately enough, Granny Neville holds her own, fights him off, and she's on the run as well.
Where was she this whole time if she's such a badass?
I'm just saying, I would be very excited if she were to show up and fight the good fight. We'll see if she does.
Just with a Gatling gun, a Tommy gun.
A Gatlin wand, just like 6 different wands, just. Yep. Dressed like Rambo. You got to have the Rambo reference.
Oh, Grandmama.
Grambo.
Grambo, yeah.
I like Grambo. There's a short
Rambo.
story there if I've ever heard one. J.K. Rowling is missing out on things.
Again, we talk about the fact that J.K. Rowling needs to be just licensing off characters. At this point, with showing the most character development in the entire series, who isn't curious what happened to Neville?
It's fair. If you were to license off your characters, obviously Neville, McGonagall, Harry, the characters that we're seeing in this chapter are going to be big names. I bet the price is pretty cheap for old Grambo. I bet you could have fun with that.
I just want to write Slughorn's Perfect Day.
You still could. There's still time.
Put it on the old Amazon.
We could put it on Amazon.
Little fanfic.
I'm fine with this.
We'll take pictures of you and put it on the cover as
Why am I
Slughorn.
Slughorn at this point?
Dalton, you were Slughorn to begin with.
Well, I
Don't you
guess,
remember?
okay. I guess it is, he was talking about, like, in his youth, he, took the potion, had his greatest day. So at this point, it's possible. It's possible.
What?
I could develop into being Slughorn. What a treat.
You're off the rails now.
Off the rails.
It's too
Okay.
much.
So, in
too
addition
much.
to Neville having a little character development, we also see a little bit of development with McGonagall as well. This is the first time that McGonagall, although strict and firm in a way, she's always been kind of quiet, the stereotypical schoolmarm, if you would. She's been Dumbledore's right-hand man, by his side, and reserved. This is the first time we really see her stepping up and just flexing her guns. She takes on quite a bit going on with this. She defends the kids. She's prepping the castle for war. She's confronting Severus Snape himself. I like McGonagall. This is a good chapter for her.
I can grant it.
Okay.
I do not necessarily agree. I think that she is still confronting. Okay, so the thing I don't like, trying to think of how to say this. One of the, if you're trying to combat negative stereotypes,
Okay.
why is your female leader still lying? That's the negative stereotype about being close to a woman. Don't get close to a woman, they're all liars.
Okay.
She's a liar. She does not just stand up and say, you know what, Severus? It's obvious things are changing right now. Let's go. You and me right now, let's have at it. She's still lying, trying to find her way around the crust of the situation instead of taking on the whole sandwich.
Okay. I do appreciate a good sandwich reference now and then. Thank you.
Nothing else from that? Nothing else from that. You got the crust.
I want to agree with you, but I really don't. I give McGonagall a little more time.
Okay, so how old is Harry Potter here? 17?
17.
How come the 17-year-old's more ready to drop trow and do the deed?
Fair statement.
Then
It does take Harry Potter to bring her back, to motivate her up to take this fight on.
Yeah.
Fair statement there. But at this point,
Sex and sandwiches, man. Look at all my references.
oh, we should turn that into a segment. I bet we would get a lot of views on that segment.
We'll put it on Bantam.
We will. Put it on Bantam. It's fine. Put it on the back burner. But on the other hand, we have to look at, is McGonagall doing the right thing, though? Because at this point,
Doing the right thing with what?
with what she's doing, caring for, she's protecting the kids, obviously. I mean, she's
With
doing
being
what she
cajoled
can.
into it.
She's doing what she can at Hogwarts. It's even mentioned that, no
Okay,
one's...
so I'm confused.
Okay.
McGonagall doing what she's doing as far as what is concerned.
Before Harry Potter arrived.
Before Harry Potter,
Correct.
okay.
She has been kind of, just following along, doing what she is ought to be doing, because Severus Snape is obviously head now. So she's still doing her job, but she's still protecting these kids. There's no one's been murdered, no one's been killed. Obviously, they've been
Yes, they
beaten.
have, haven't they? They've killed
Not in
some
the
kids,
school.
I thought.
Not in the school. And McGonagall has remained there as a bit of a beacon. This is what we still have good in this world. We still have McGonagall here. We're still safe. Now,
Well, it just adds to the unrealistic nature of the series, though.
Now, when Harry Potter arrives, things have changed. Now the kids are in immediate risk. Voldemort is coming, and he's coming for Harry. At that point, she immediately takes charge. She steps up. She starts fortifying the castle. She starts rallying the troops. I like McGonagall.
This is one of those sections where it would be great if J.K. Rowling was much better at writing action. What are you doing?
Reading.
Oh, okay. I thought you were sniffing your beard again. If J.K. Rowling were better...
Weird.
I'm disappointed now.
Okay.
If J.K. Rowling were better at writing action. Because that whole scene, I understand that there's probably some pretty cool things going on, enchanting the grounds with wind and all this other stuff that these magicians are doing, but none of it really, I don't see it. I don't feel it.
And that is something we've talked a little bit about. Maybe we'll watch the movie series after this. We'll kind of work our way through that.
Which will put on frame rate.
We'll put on frame rate. This is actually a gorgeous scene in the movie. It is very well done because they were given a lot of free reign. Because you're right, there's not a lot being described here. There's no pictures being painted. But the fortifying of Hogwarts for this upcoming battle is a beautiful cinematic scene.
Yeah.
So we'll get there when that time comes.
Here's an interesting idea that never occurred to me until you just said that. Imagine. It's not Hollywood, because these films were made in England, right?
Sure, why not?
Okay. Weren't they?
Yeah, I would assume everyone's English.
Okay. Whatever.
It's Warner Brothers, though, isn't it?
I have no idea.
I think it's Warner
I have
Brothers.
no idea. I was just assuming, but okay, so we'll say Hollywood then. All of Hollywood is subject to your pen.
Okay.
Would you or would you not be a greater a-hole than this?
That's true.
I would be the itchiest little butthole, just writing all sorts of stuff in here.
Well, at this point, J.K. knows, she's got a film series. This is happening. So what she's writing is becoming a film.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
I'm agreeing with you. I know it's unusual, but I'm giving it to you.
I wasn't sure how that felt.
No, I think that'd be fun. Because at this point, we're like, now how the hell are they going to film this? Let's just jot that in. Let's just
I got
put that
something
in.
for them. I got something for the ass.
Let's just, but Harry Potter and Voldemort sit 30 paces apart and just stare at each other and have a mental battle.
I'm going to put in all the penis jokes I can. And I'm going to dare them to put it on screen.
And again, with the film here, we get the benefit that McGonagall is played by Maggie Smith, who is a legend of the film industry. So, yeah, you can go wrong with that. I'm really excited that hopefully one day we'll get to that, get you to see that.
Oh yeah, so these people are even cast by then. How do you overcome the temptation to say, you know what I've always wanted to hear her say? You just put it in.
So if I understand the lore correctly, and I realize we are off track at this point, but Maggie Smith was not doing well physically during the filming of this last
I'd have
movie.
made her flying. She'd have been battling giant spiders.
Regardless, though, she still stood up and filmed her scenes to the best of her ability because it's Maggie Smith's a badass. So I don't know. I've got a soft spot for McGonagall. She's good in the book. She's great in the film. I don't want to fault her in this. I think she was doing what was necessary.
Were you books or movie first?
I was books first. I started with book 3 when they were popular, and I think I had read the first 3 when the first movie came out.
How old are you?
I am 28.
So you were probably the last 1 or 2 years of kids that was book first.
Yes. So the first 3 books were out, and I knew they were popular. I knew they were a thing. Everybody was talking
But they
about
didn't catch on until a little while after the
Exactly.
first one had been out.
So I went to the Walmart, and I purchased book 3.
Yeah.
Because I just thought it was one book. I didn't know it was a series. Read the 3rd book. I'm like, oh,
You
there's
got a
more.
bad problem with that, don't you? We,
I do.
We do
I'm
that on
terrible at that.
on the channel all the time.
It's been a habit since my youth. But anyway, I know by the time that I had gotten through those 3 books, I do remember I went to see Harry Potter in theaters when the first one came out. So, yeah. Yeah. Anyway, let's move on from McGonagall and movies. Let's talk about something else. Why are we protecting Ginny at this point?
What do you mean?
So it is established that Ginny is too young to be fighting in this battle, so we're just going to keep her in the room of requirements. We're going to keep her safe. I, again, am going to pull my this is not realistic card.
I don't know. I think if you look at it from, what's Mama Weasley's name?
Mrs. Weasley?
Is it really just Mrs. Weasley?
I don't know.
She's got a name.
I know she's got a name, but I'm just upset that I'm blanking on it at this point.
Yeah, it's your fault, really. You're the Harry Potter head.
That's fair. That's fair.
But Mama Weasley doesn't want to lose all her kids in one battle.
Are we presuming that we're going to lose some Weasels?
Some of the Weasels are going to die.
Okay.
I mean, you don't name a character Weasel and have them survive everything.
Okay. So, if Adrian Fort was writing Harry Potter as we are prepping for this battle, and this might be a little speculation, but let's be honest, there's really not a lot to talk about in these 2 chapters. Who do you kill, Adrian?
Well, first off, I think that all the Weasels die,
All of them.
except for Ginny. And then I write another book called Saving Private Ginny, where somebody's going into the fray trying to save Private Ginny.
So what you're saying is everyone
Which
in
is
her
like
family.
which is like a mix of Saving Private Ryan and Forrest Gump. Jenny.
Saving Private Jenny. So you're saying if Adrian Fort wrote these books, the entire family will be slaughtered, and Ginny will be left to live with the guilt that she didn't do anything. She just sat in the room.
That's an interesting idea.
Okay, that's brutal. That's it. For a children's series, it's brutal. But
That's
okay.
something to play with.
Well, we're obviously getting ready for war, and we are going to start killing off some characters. If you may have noticed in this last bit of this chapter, boy, a lot of people are showing back up. Just left and right. Everybody's, jumping in the fray.
Yeah.
So it's coming. The battle is coming. And I realize, as we were kind of talking about this a little bit,
No one would see Neville die, but he died.
he just died and
Yeah.
was forgotten.
Yeah, so no one would know if he died heroically or not. That would be, yeah.
Body never found.
Yeah.
Okay.
Come
So
on, that's a Neville ending.
it's fair.
If there ever were one.
It's fair. He accidentally, friendly fire from Grambo. It's fine.
Who does not regret it?
Shot him twice just to be safe.
I did what I had to do.
Put him down.
Why did I do my old man
You
voice?
sounded like George W. Bush for a second, which is even more concerning.
Oh man, if we're getting into presidents now, I'll do it for you.
Okay.
Oh man.
I'm flustered right now. So tell me about something with Harry Potter.
I have Grambo relations with that woman.
I hate you so
Bill
much.
Clinton makes you shut her?
Apparently so.
You're the ultimate Democrat.
I just seeing Bill Clinton in his current
I just
state.
seen.
No, seeing Bill Clinton in his
Oh.
current state, he's just.
I thought you went full Arkansas.
We're talking about Bill
Democrat.
Clinton. We
You
go
want-
Arkansas
yeah, you want-
Democrat.
I seen it.
I seen a Bill Clinton.
I done seen it.
Anyway, I realized as we were reading through this chapter, talking about it a little bit, I am pretty sure the preparations for the Battle of Hogwarts that's coming might be longer than the actual battle itself,
Are you serious?
page-wise, honestly. Because how far are we in this? We are down to the
650?
nitty-gritty. Because the next chapter here is the
600.
Battle of Hogwarts.
I'm 600 pages in.
So you're going to take your culminating battle and stick it into a chapter.
Are you serious? Is that all it is?
We'll see. We'll see next week.
What's the
won't we?
chapter after that called?
The Elder Wand.
It's a single chapter, isn't it?
It might be a twofer. It might have a little spill over into that next chapter. So anyway,
Anyway.
Adrian.
Yeah.
We're getting ready for war. When getting ready for war, we have to take some certain preparations here, and we've seen McGonagall do so. She's fortified the castle. She's rallied the troops. We've been going back and forth lately of whether or not this is considered realistic. I think I will give her this one. This seems like a good preparatory chapter. We see some stuff going on here that would be a very typical of wartime. You know, we're starting to, we're building the wall around the castle, the fortifying, the magical fortifications, obviously. Rallying the troops, making sure all the professors are in on this. Ginny's being put back. She's being kept safe, although she could be participating. That's my argument. She's younger, so whatever. We'll hide her. I think this is a realistic get ready for war moment. It does seem very tense in the reading, which is nice. It's refreshing.
Okay.
Okay. Just gonna give that one to me?
All right.
I'll take it. I will take what I can get.
Take a victory when you can get it in this series.
Absolutely so. What else do you want to say about these 2 chapters, Harry Potter?
You know, I'm not sure. I don't like the way that Snape was treated.
Okay.
Snape is the culminating feature of Snape has been that he has slithered his way to more and more power
Okay.
and more prestige as the series has gone on. Then an old woman threatens him with a wand and he runs away.
I think McGonagall is kind of like the atom bomb of the castle. She has always been, like I said, very firm, very strict, but very passive. She has always been, just by the side of Dumbledore, just moving through the motions, very passive. But she is a powerful wizard.
Yet Snape can fly.
Snape can fly. That's another huge point. We talked about that a little bit a few months ago, didn't we?
Not with Snape, but with Voldemort.
Okay.
Was it the beginning of this book?
Maybe it was the beginning of this book. Voldemort has the ability to fly. Snape is the only other wizard that we have who has that ability to fly without a problem. So it is just a sign of just immense power that he's able to do this. So that's a great thing. That just furthers how powerful McGonagall is, though. He is threatened by McGonagall.
Yeah, but which I would be more than interested to see, except that we don't understand that through 6 6/7 of these books.
That's fair.
Right?
Now, when J.K. Rowling shot out a little mini-series, and I don't even remember what they were called. They were e-books only, and they were just little novellas, basically. One of them was on the life of Minerva McGonagall. That series was absolute trash. I feel like she was doing what she should have done, expanding on these characters, because there's profit to be made there.
Well, not only profit, you could make points with it. Like, it's one thing to be money grubbing and do it that way, but A, there's points to be made there, there's things to be expanded on, and B, there is a way to do fan service well. I've never read any of the Star Wars books, I've never read any of the Star Trek books. The Star Wars books and the Star Trek books are coveted by members of those communities, more so than many of the modern movies.
So much so that a lot of people were up in arms with the new set of Star Wars movies that are coming out because they're not following the canon of the books.
And because Disney went and retroactively de-canonized some of the books.
I've read some of the Star Wars books. They're not bad. They're what you're wanting. I would like to know more about Minerva McGonagall, though, because you're correct. We're not given a lot about her, but she's clearly not only very powerful, but a very big threat. So, a bit of the atom bomb in the castle. Don't piss her off.
Okay.
Okay. Adrian, anything else we want to touch on this week? Adrian reads Harry Potter. I feel like you've got something.
I don't have anything. I don't know. There wasn't a whole lot textually to break down. There wasn't a whole lot in the writing. There was some bad writing. I didn't mark it, though.
Okay.
But there were some examples of just terrible writing.
Well, we will be back next week then with 2 more chapters. We're going to be reading about the Battle of Hogwarts and the Elder Wand. And Adrian Fort, you have 6.5 chapters of Harry Potter to read. That's it.
That's it?
You have 6 chapters and an epilogue.
Oh, nice.
That is it. Nice. We're going to be done with Harry Potter in a month.
It's still too long.
3 years of work.
3 years of work that's going to end in a month. Just like 7 books of fiction are going to end in 2 chapters.
Chapter by chapter for 3 years. And we're almost done. That's what I got. Anything else you want to touch on here?
This is just so bad.
Okay.
It's just so bad. I've got nothing.
Okay. I'm going to hope you're going to at least find some enjoyment in watching people die.
Oh,
Okay.
I mean, they're going to be poorly written deaths, but
We'll see.
at least I know I won't have to read about those characters anymore.
We'll see. So if you like this kind of thing...
McGonagall die?
I don't know. We're going to find out. Do you think McGonagall's going to die? The only people you said are going to die is the entirety of the Weasley family and Neville.
I don't know.
Okay. I think there are some good deaths in here. There's some unexpected deaths. We'll see.
Okay.
We'll see.
So
So,
Snape die?
I don't know. You get 6 chapters to go? You can't read it yourself?
I'd kill Snape.
You'd kill Snape? How would you kill Snape?
Impalement.
Okay, that's something. Like, can't die, the noble magical death, just impaled by Harry Potter with a spear?
Well, it's a medieval death.
Oh, fair. Oh,
Sort of a
okay.
medieval kind of guy.
All right. Are we done here? Good. If you like
Does
this...
Aberforth die?
Well, of course Aberforth dies. He's like 195 years old, and he's a throwaway character.
He's sort of already dead.
Guess you'll find out. He's been dead inside for years, so what's left? So if you like this kind of thing,
Does
make sure...
Hagrid die?
No, Hagrid does not die. Why would Hagrid die?
Because you always have to kill people that look like Hagrid.
That's fair. We should do the death of Dalton Gentry as like a special segment.
We'll put it on Bantam.
Put them on band. All right. So if you like this kind of thing, make sure you hit the subscribe button down below. We do Adrian Reads Harry Potter every single week.
Only for the next month.
Only for the next month, because we are rounding out the end of this, barring the next Midwest snowstorm. So make sure you hit that like button down below. Make sure you subscribe as well. Leave us a comment letting us know how long you've been with us on this journey through Harry Potter and what you think about the
Does Harry die?
culmination of the series. And as always,
I'd kill Harry.
if you'd like to help us create more content like this on Strip Cover Lit, there's a link, as always, to our Patreon to be found in the description below.
Kill Harry twice.